Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being part of Healthy Monadnock 2020. This is a wonderful organization, and you all are doing such important work. I'm thrilled to have a few minutes to speak with you today. I'd like to give a shout out to Terry Clark, your Keene City Councilor and co-chair of Keene Addiction Solutions Task Force, for including me in this summit. As we all know, the heroin and opioid epidemic has been particularly severe in New Hampshire, which experienced 433 drug overdose deaths last year alone. That figure means that Granite Staters are now statistically more likely to die of an overdose than a traffic accident. With extremely high addiction rates and low access to treatment, we are facing a perfect storm. We've learned just how widespread this crisis is, and this means it will take a multi-pronged effort to bring it to an end. That's why I'm so heartened to see the difference Healthy Monadnock and so many other organizations are making all across our state. Community initiatives like yours are crucial to our success because local support makes all the difference. The challenge before us is daunting, but we are fighting back. As the representative for New Hampshire's 2nd Congressional District, I was a co-founder of the bipartisan task force to combat the heroin epidemic here in Congress, and I share your concerns about the devastating impact of this crisis. Several weeks ago, our task force, which now includes over 80 members of Congress, introduced a package of 15 bipartisan bills that work to address this epidemic at the federal level. These bills include measures to increase funding, expand access to education, prevention, and treatment, and improve coordination between government agencies. I've also organized 2 special orders, which are a series of speeches on the House floor for bipartisan members to share stories, including my stories of local Granite Staters who have been affected by this epidemic. These stories personalize the epidemic and remind us that people just like us, our neighbors, our friends, and yes, even family members, have been affected. It's so important that we give this crisis a face and we share these stories here in Congress. Through everything from police ride-alongs to community forums in every part of my district, just like the one taking place right now, I'll continue to take what I've learned from New Hampshire and bring it back to Washington. And with your help, we will bring opioid misuse and abuse in New England to an end. Raising awareness about substance use disorder and how to get treatment is absolutely imperative. That's why I urged the president to make this a top priority and why I met with White House officials and stressed the importance of addressing the epidemic in the president's State of the Union speech in January. And that's also one of many reasons why this summit is so vital. Healthy Monadnock's community engagement initiative fosters a positive culture of health throughout the region. In schools and businesses, organizations and coalitions, you are developing and applying strategies designed to improve our quality of life and to prevent others from falling victim to the many dangers of addiction. You also show through your initiatives the various factors that need to be addressed to end this crisis. You demonstrate to us all through your initiatives that those things which support general wellness in our communities also significantly overlap with the steps that must be taken to end the opioid epidemic. These include more jobs and higher wages, more affordable housing, and access to mental health services, all with an eye toward reducing poverty and improving access to health care and increasing opportunities for community activism and stewardship. Your support for active living and healthy eating programs are essential too. I'd like to thank Healthy Monadnock 2020 for inviting me to speak, and my thanks again to all of you for what you do to make the Monadnock region and the Granite State such a wonderful place to live and raise a family. For a decade, you've helped fellow Granite Staters make healthier choices, and we'll continue to count on your extensive outreach and support network as we make progress against addiction. I look forward to working together with you as we advance toward an even better quality of life in the Cheshire County and Monadnock region. Thanks so much for having me.